Hey man, so Sosa D TV, um, this is for all the followers that I have. Please hit the subscribe button. I don't have a kickstand on my phone, and I will not put my phone on any books. That's not me. I want to give you guys a personal insight. It's all about being me. You know what I'm saying? Like this is me. It's where I live at. I'm not. It's me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't portray an image that I'm not. I don't try to be something I'm not. You know, I'm completely who I am. I am who I am. I don't put on a fake image or a fake skin for anybody. A lot of people do follow me. A lot of people like these stories. Just continue to hit the subscribe button and I'll continue to keep posting them. So today we'll be talking about a story where MLDz and the police rocked out at FSP. Now this event transpired on the continuance of the last video I posted after I went on strip in K-Wing in FSP. For no reason, I went on strip. So remember that I told you that I told that sergeant to suck my dick and all this shit after I ran the team and all that fuck shit. Okay. Well, that sergeant, he also told me to remember that day 3 weeks from that day. Well, 2 months and a half passed, almost 3. I'm in CDORM. I'm in the box doing the time for that charge, that DR that they wrote up for me. I had 130 something days to do in the box. I only completed 106. So one day, it was like 10 o'clock at nighttime. I'm in the dorm in C-Wing. I'm in the last room on the second floor. So I'm talking to a white boy who's a Crip, and his name's JD, I believe so. So I'm talking to him, and we're on the vent. We're on the vent where the exhaust fan sucks air from, so we can hear each other because there's no AC in prison. There's no air conditioner in prison unless you're at a private camp. There's no AC, so the exhaust fan is what actually keeps you cold. So we're talking through the exhaust fan, and a couple minutes before I got on the sink to be able to talk to, because in order to talk through the exhaust fan, you got to get on the sink. So a couple minutes before I got on the sink, I remember that I seen a lieutenant on the third floor walking around making his rounds. But when I looked at this lieutenant, the first thing in my mind was, okay, this is the sergeant that I told to suck my dick to. So when that thought came to my head, I clearly brushed it off because I was like, there's no way he became a lieutenant already. Like, there's no way. So I kind of brushed it off. I got on the sink anyways, and I continued to talk. So somebody knocks at the door real hard. Boom, boom, boom. I jump off the sink. Me and the lieutenant make eye contact. We're face to face. I remember him clearly. So I was like, oh shit, it is him. He kind of remembered me because I can tell, because when he looked at me, he had to look at my face sheet to see exactly who I was. Once he looked at my face sheet, which was located to the right, he went bum and looked at me. He went like this to me. Like, I got you now. Like, I got you. It's over with. So I kind of like read that, and I kind of like damn. So I decided, okay, well, it's a hot zone, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay down. I'm not gonna fucking even stir it up. So it was 12 MLDz. No, it was 8 MLDz in C dorm, and there was 4 MLDz in D dorm. So I went to the back window, and I told all my brothers, hey, look, the cops just came, and I think they're trying to put me on strip. I believe they're trying to put me on strip again and gas me up again. So they're asking me, why do I think that? Like, I basically broke it down. So they're like, all right, bro, whatever happens, happens, and we with you. So I lay down because I don't want no more trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get out of the box. I've already lost 20 pounds. I haven't, it sucks. Like, it's the worst thing ever. So next thing you know, Next thing you know, I'm laying down. I'm about to go to sleep. I'm already like cushioned up. I'm in like floating already. You know, when you're entering the space, you're entering space already. Well, I'm floating, and the door hits. Boom, boom, boom. Now it's the sergeant, not the lieutenant. The sergeant of this dorm, which me and him were pretty straight. We had like respect for each other because I never really tried him. He never really tried me. I never gave him no trouble. He never gave me none. So we kind of respected each other. This day he knocks on the door and tells me to take the sheet off the back window. So I'm trying to ask him, what sheet are you talking about? There's no sheet back there. So he tells me, are you refusing a verbal order? So I look at him and I say, hold up, what? Yeah, you guys ever seen that movie? What's it called? Grown Ups. When the dude goes, what? That's how I went, what? Like, what the fuck you talking about? So he tells me that shit. I get up. This motherfucker had me thinking I was tripping. I actually looked to see. I was like, hold on, is there a sheet back there? There wasn't no sheet back there. So I got up and I signed language my neighbor that was across the hall from me, a blood dude, Damu dude, and I told him, hey, what's going on? Did you hear anything? And he was like, nah, I ain't hear shit. I just seen the sergeant and the lieutenant talking. So I'm like, okay, well they planning to retaliate on me. So I run to the back window, and I kind of tell everybody, my brothers and them, I say, hey, look, man, they trying to retaliate. I'm finna rock out, man. Y'all ain't gotta rock out. But I'm finna rock out. So everybody's like, hell nah. If one move, we all move. So I'm just telling them like, nah, man, I don't want y'all to get in trouble. You feel me? Like, this shit is between me and the COs. But they insisted on saying like, well, if one bleed, we all bleed. One move, we all move. You know what I'm saying? You touch one D, you touch all Ds. You know what I'm saying? So, like, at the same time, I kind of felt like shit because it was like putting them in a position, but it was the right move to do as part of the nation I'm from, you know, to inform them what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be going through it with the police and they don't know what's going on. Kind of makes you look like you're doing something that you ain't got no business doing. So they was ready, you know, so I went back to sleep, lay down. I was like, okay, it ain't no big deal. They ain't really want no smoke. Like 15 minutes later, now the lieutenant comes to my door and he's asking me if I'm going to submit the hand restraints to be placed on property restriction. Mind you, it's December. It's hot as, it's colder than a bitch. It's colder than a bitch. It's so cold, everybody's windows, after they talk, they close them. Like, that's rare because there's no AC. So that's how cold it is. And so I'm like, put on property restriction for what? My beef and your beef was 3 months ago, dude. So he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, man, but are you ready to be placed on hand restraints? You know what I'm saying? The property restrictions. So I'm like, hell nah. Fuck that. So they're like, all right, cool. Which is what they wanted. You know, I know the game. It's really what they were hoping. It's just they got to go through some steps. So they were hoping that I say no, which I did because I was not going to just give up all my shit and stay cold. Hell no. So they were like, all right, cool. So I ran to the back window and I told them boys what it was. Hey, man, they're going to spray me. I'm running the team. But I had one brother that was under me who was really like fucked up about me. Like, he really, really had love for me. So he told me, Sosa, what you gonna do? I said, I'm finna rock. He say, nah. What you gonna do? Is you finna rock or you finna cuff up? I say, nah, bro. I'm finna rock out. He's like, all right, I'm finna suit up. I'm finna suit up with you. So everybody's like, hold up. Everybody finna go. If one go, we all go. So I'm like, bro, that team though, bro. So everybody like, man, we don't give a fuck, bro. We rocking, bro. Fuck that shit. We gonna make them crackers leave you alone. Cause this was personal beef. I didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really do shit. The most I did was stand on the sink and talk to somebody on the vent and got caught. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. Compared to what they're trying to do, that's nothing. So they come to my door. and they asked me, inmate Sosa, this is your last verbal or this is your last verbal warning to submit to hand restraints. If you refuse this verbal order, chemical agents will be applied. So I'm like, man, fuck that shit. Pop the seal on that shit. Pop the flap, roll the dough, and spray that shit. And that's what they did. They sprayed it, whatever. But I was so used to the shit at the time already. I was like, okay, this shit ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that first time it was pressure. But this time it was like, okay, I know what to do now. I know what I'm doing. And plus, I had the room, I had it blocked off real good. They weren't even spraying me. They were really spraying the sheets. So, now, after the three rounds, I'm telling them, I remember after the second round, this is the type of individual I was. After the second round, I remember I told them I took my shirt off my face and I fucking took the thing off the walls and I went to the door and I told the cameraman, that's it? That's it? You seriously want me? That's it, man. That shit made my dick hard, man. That shit made my dick hard, man. So I remember everybody laughing like, yo, Sosa's crazy. So I remember telling them, man, that's it? That's all you got to spray me with? That shit just made my dick hard, man. You played. That shit made my dick hard. So now they suiting up to run the extraction team. But I can hear the 8 MLDz that's in my dorm. I can hear them screaming, saying, when y'all done with him, it's our turn. When y'all done with Sosa, come downstairs. I can hear everything. When y'all done with him, come upstairs. When y'all done with him, come to room 15. When y'all done with him, come to room 12 downstairs. I can hear all that shit. And the officers are like, man, not everybody's gonna run it. Because this is what happens in FSP. When you got like a bond with another inmate, right, and they fucking with him, yeah, you want to ride, but then you start thinking about it. Like, damn, do I really want to go 3 days with nothing? You know, do I really want to sleep on the floor for 3 days when it's cold as fuck like this? Is that what I really want? And you start, you renege, you know what I'm saying? In this case, that's what they thought was going to happen when, oh yeah, they're just talking right now. When we get to the door, they'll act right. So I get sprayed 3 times. I run the team. This time, I stand on top of a locker because the first time I learned my lesson, I couldn't go blow for blow with them because it's 5 of them and they have equipment on. They have a shield too. So I was like, okay, I can't go blow for blow with these dudes. So I stood on the locker, and because they couldn't see nothing in the room because I had it blocked off, they didn't know where I was at. So when they rolled the door, the shield man ran right by me. I was standing right at the door, on top of the locker. The locker stood right next to the door. So I was standing on the locker right by the door. The shield man flew past me. But when he passed me, he realized he passed me. But it was already too late because the second man was coming in. And I was already cocking back and I hit him. When I punched the second man, I punched him so hard. Have you guys ever seen those lockdown shows where they wear the mask with the shield thing on their face right here with the helmet? Well, I knocked that whole piece. It was strapped on under his chin. I knocked that whole piece off his head. It was hanging from his neck. I knocked it off his head. Boom! They beat the shit out of me that day. They took me to a decontamination shower. This what really pissed them off here. While I'm taking my decontamination shower, I'm talking to them the whole time. Like, man, y'all wasting y'all time. It's 12 o'clock in the morning. I mean, not the morning, but the nighttime. Well, I think that, yeah, 12 o'clock in the morning. And y'all up here spraying me. I done took 2 hours out y'all day, man. So as I'm finishing talking shit to them, making them mad, shit like that. As I'm finishing, I can almost hear everybody like saying like, "Oh, that boy's getting ready. That boy getting ready." So my homeboy downstairs, my brother, he already ready to rock. He ready. He's next. He got it in his mind that he's next. Like, it ain't nothing you can tell him. He is next. Like, for sure, he is next. So now the lieutenant, the one that has beef with me, which his name was Lieutenant Knight, by the way. Fuck you. He ends up coming to the cell cage where the shower is at, and he ends up telling me like, okay, inmate Sosa, you know you can't use no soaps, no lotion, this and that, because you've been sprayed with chemical agents for a period of 72 hours. You can't use no lubricants, none of that shit. So in the process of him telling me that, I literally whispered, but loud enough for him to hear it. I said, suck my dick, nigga. Fuck you talking about. But that had made him so mad, because these 3 months that he's been waiting on has been like revenge for saying these words. And here I am getting the pressure applied, and I'm still screaming the same words. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you didn't break me. So he tells, this is where they got me good at. I'm butt ass naked too. So he tells his sergeant, hit him one more time. Mind you, they can't even spray me no more, because I done took 3 gas cans and I ran the extraction team. They can't even spray me no more, which is why I said the shit, because I knew I can't get sprayed no more. But it was always Department of Corrections. It's never Departments of Corrections. So I hear him tell the sergeant, hit him one more time. So I turn my back, because I literally think he's just gonna spray one time, like, that's it. So I turn my back, he sprays. So when I turn my head to see if he's done, this motherfucker sprays me 2 more times. He sprays me in my face, and then he sprays me in the back of the head, like all this, and I'm bald headed, all this shit right here. So now I'm on fire. Now at first, I was like, okay, it's not that bad. The first 30 seconds, I was like, it ain't that bad. It's all right. Then that shit started getting hot, like real hot, like too fucking hot. I was like, holy shit. And then I couldn't breathe, and I started coughing and throwing up, and I'm telling them, hey man, that's it, I'm good, I'm straight, I can't breathe, I'm straight, take me back to the cell, I'm straight, I can't breathe. So they're like, you ready now? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, I need another decontamination shower, but I'm good, I'm straight, I don't want no more smoke, I'm good, I'm straight. They're like, all right. They gave me another decontamination shower. I'm sorry, because I'm Spanish, words get mixed up. You know, so decontamination shower. Yes, I can say the fucking word. It's easy. So they freaking gave me one of those, which is like a 5-minute cold shower. On my way back, I can hear the sergeant saying, wait, give me a second. All right, I will make you food now, papi. Let me finish this. So I can hear the sergeant saying to the inmates, calm down, please calm down. Everybody's kicking on the door. Y'all sprayed that man illegally, fuck that. I got people who ain't my brothers, who's opposition, Bloods, Crips, Kings, all of them. You know why? Because it was all for the oppression. You know, they seen me getting oppressed. So they're like, fuck that, hell nah, fuck that shit, you know what I'm saying? So now I got niggas that ain't even my brothers gonna rock with me. Which only like 2 did, but it's still nothing, but it's straight. It's all good, bro. You did what you was supposed to do. What you took an oath for, you stood on that. You know what I'm saying? So now I get placed back in my cell. As soon as my, listen, I put this on my kid. As soon as my door locked, I don't know how the fuck this nigga downstairs heard the shit, my brother. As soon as it locked, that bitch said, boom, cling. This nigga start kicking the fuck out his door. Boom, 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 boom. All right, pussy ass crackers, y'all come get me now. I'm downstairs. I'm ready. Room 17 downstairs. I'm ready. Let's get it. I'm ready. He starts saying, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. So the crackers go down there and ask him, like, what's the problem? He tells them, like, man, we finna rock. Fuck that. Y'all spray my brother. We finna rock. So they're like, man, you know he got sprayed because his this and that and the other. So he's like, man, fuck all that. Man, fuck all that. And he like, fuck all that. And whatever, boom, boom, boom. That nigga good at getting sprayed. So he barricaded the fuck out of his cell. I heard he had 3 mattresses in there. I don't know how the fuck he got 3 mattresses in there. It's only 1 fucking bed slot in there. How the fuck you get 3 mats in there? You get what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? He had clap though. He had some clap in there. Cause that bitch had all his property back that same night. He got me my shit, he got me my sheets, and he got his shit too. But yeah, he gets sprayed all 3 rounds. The whole time he getting sprayed though, this what killed me. The whole time he getting sprayed, this nigga down there, he down there singing that song. I thought the top of the Maybach. I thought the top of the red light. That shit that I to the top of my Maybach. That shit. Whatever. I don't know the song because I was locked up. I was in prison when the shit came out. But for your followers and your viewers, y'all have a pretty much clue on what song I'm talking about. It's a Rick Ross song. I dropped the roof at the red light, some shit like that. So he's singing the song the whole time he's getting. I don't know how he managed to do that shit, cause you can't really see. You can survive the gas the whole 3 rounds, but you just can't talk shit. You can't talk shit, cause once you go to talking shit, it goes to getting in your system, and that's what makes you cough and it makes you give up. So this motherfucker was strong. He was singing, rapping the whole time. I dropped the roof at the red light. I dropped the roof, and then he started going, oh yeah. When it started burning him, when it started getting it to him, he was like, oh yeah. He started sounding like the Kool-Aid dude. But they took it. He came to the back window. He was like, Sosa, what you want me to do? I'm like, bruh, don't let them kill you, bruh. Get in that shower. Don't let them crackers kill you. So he like, all right. So he like, but first, I need me some straightening first. So he was black and Puerto Rican. So he like, I need some straightening. So he runs the team. They jump on him and shit. You know, he gets a couple of licks in. He comes out fucking snot this fucking long leaking out his nose. He talking about, I did that. So I'm like, damn, bro, that motherfucker went all out about me, bro. But hold up. Now here go 3 more of my brothers like, man, when y'all done with him, y'all come over here, man. We got it, man. We ready. So now the sergeant's like, come on, Sosa, man. Tell them fall back. I'm like, man, I'm not telling my brother shit. Because when I told you to tell your people to fall back, you ain't want to do that shit. So I'm not telling them niggas nothing. We gonna rock all the way to the morning. Now it's like 1:30. These niggas is still gassing. Now the lieutenant looking a little bit like, damn, now he got 2 more niggas kicking the door. So he go to their door. One of my brothers, he don't really talk fluently English. He got like a strong Puerto Rican accent. So he starts talking in Spanish. He's telling them like, you know, like, basically I'm gonna say it in Spanish and then I'll translate it to English. Ustedes son unos lambones, unos mamabichos, unos infecto, unos insecto, some shit like that. Insect. So he's basically saying like they motherfuckers, the cocksuckers, they're a disgrace. They insects, you know what I'm saying? They fuck boys. So he runs it. He ends up pulling a knife on one of them though. He ends up when he gets gassed the whole 3 rounds. They roll the door. He got the door tied down, so they can't roll the door. So now they're begging him to untie the door. Please untie the door. We will bring the dark team. He's telling them, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I got 90 years left, man. I don't give a fuck. Come on. So he was real petite. So he manages to untie the door, and he runs out. When they roll the door, he manages to slide out of the door, and he tries to stab one. He did actually in the hand, and then he starts fucking. They start fucking him up. They start stumping him out. When they start doing that, everybody starts going crazy. It's like 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. Everybody's going crazy. These people are still gassing. They're tired. They've been gassing for 5-6 hours straight now. They still got like 9 people left though. So now my brothers that are in the other dorm, which their dorms, their lights are off, they're sleeping, they're peacefully quiet over there. They start fucking kicking the door. The 4 over there start kicking the door. Boom, boom, boom. They're taking turns so they don't get tired. Cause what they do is if one person's kicking the door, what the officers will do is just say, man, just let him kick it till he gets tired. But if you got 4 motherfuckers that's gonna kick it for 10 minutes each, yeah, it is not gonna work like that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna bother them because it's gonna be 40 minutes consistently, you know, and it sucks. You know, it's horrible being in a dorm when the doors are kicking like that for 40 minutes consistently. No, you're not even supposed to be going through all that. So they start kicking the door. Their sergeant goes to their door and asks them, what's the problem? My dog little girl tells them, man, y'all over there fucking with my brother, man. Y'all need to fall back. You need to call them and tell them to fall back, or we gonna rock. So the sergeant calls our sergeant. That sergeant calls the sergeant in my dorm. My sergeant tells them, man, I can't really tell them to fall back. I want to, but the lieutenant is the one that's fucking everything up. So the sergeant over there is telling them, like, bro, you don't understand. These dudes are gonna rock out over here too. So they were basically like, man, we call that bluff. You know, the lieutenant was like, we call that bluff. So we call the bluff. I'm like, I ain't in control of nothing. I'm never been a head. I've never been a leader of nothing. The only thing I got is respect and love. You get what I'm saying? A lot of my brothers love me to death. You know what I'm saying? They love who I am. They love how I represent. You know, so I ain't never been no leader though. I ain't never been the type of nigga to tell you, hey, go wipe him out. Nah. Let's do it together. You know what I'm saying? Let's go rock together. So now they're trying to call my bluff. So now I start kicking back on the door. Boom, 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 boom. They telling me, yo, you want to get sprayed again? I'm like, man, fuck that shit. I don't see that shit. So they're not even worried about me no more. They're like, man, fuck that shit. This dude's crazy, man. Let's go deal with the rest of these dudes. So long story short, they go. It was like 3 a.m. They go. All the MLDz that was in C-Dorm, we all fucking ran it. By the time we finished, it was 8:10 in the morning. By the time we finished, they went to D-Dorm and they ran it over there. The 4 MLDz that were over there ran it. By the time they finished, it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. The lieutenant was tired as fuck. You know, he couldn't leave because he was in the middle of doing all this fuck shit. So he's super tired. You know, like he's been working. He's super tired. At the end of the day, really, I went to sleep at like 4 a.m. and woke up. And they were still gassing. Those niggas they were on the back window like, yeah, nigga, this for Sosa D, nigga, where you at? So I wake up, go to the back window. What's going on? Boy, I just rock. Boy, I just rock. So I'm like, damn, man, I got all these niggas rocking, bro. So now, even people that weren't my brothers, like I said, they rocked. You know, people that were on other families, they rocked. So at the end of the night, this what makes me smile. When he said that he called my bluff, he wasn't calling my bluff. He was calling MLDz bluff, because I wasn't the one that was saying they were gonna rock. They were the ones saying that. You know what I'm saying? So you basically saying that we liars. You know what I'm saying? We just pump faking and booty shaking. That's what you saying. So I guess that by him saying that kind of made me feel like I had to show him, you know, we're an elite. We're not GDs. We're not IGs. We're not SDs. We're not Simon City Royals. We're not Cobras. We're none of that. We're our own thing, which it's all amor. It's all amor with them boys. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. You know, we all folks, but we all know who run this. You know what I'm saying? We all know who run Latin folks here. You get what I'm saying? Like, not saying that we're better than anybody, but we're the biggest. You know what I'm saying? We're the biggest, like, Latin folks wise. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're the biggest. So we run the Latin folk house. But it's always amor, especially to the IGs. You know what I'm saying? Especially to them. Magic was a very close homeboy. So yeah, so we rocked out, and the police, that same lieutenant who was giving me a hard time, he approached the door and he told me, man, I didn't know you had clap like that. I didn't know people fuck with you that way. And I said, you'll be surprised, man. He said, you know why I did all this, right? I said, why? He said, because you told me to suck your dick. I said, yeah, that was 3 months ago. He said, yeah, but I never forgot. I said, okay, well, is this the end of it or what? He was like, man, this is the end of it. He didn't want no more smoke. I told him, because we can keep going. I got more brothers in K-Wing. This was just 2 dorms. There's 16 dorms. We can keep going. We got cell phones. We can keep going. Do you want to keep going? He was like, no. Stop. stop, and stop. It's over. It's over. He squashed it with me. He told me, I didn't squash it with him. He told me, listen, it's over. Stop, please. He basically told me, please. He said, I didn't know you were affiliated like that. Your brothers love you, inmate Sosa. Keep that in your head. He's like, you got a couple of men here beat up tonight about your words. And I said, I didn't get them beat up. I didn't get them beat up. They felt that their brother was being tried, so they put themselves in a position. You know what I'm saying? Which is the right way, because if I try one of your officers, you're going to put yourself in that position as well. You get what I'm saying? So the whole point of this story is how it works in prison. So let's say if I didn't have any brothers and I was by myself, you get what I'm saying? Olo, dolo, neutron. How would you think that would have ended out for me? You get what I'm saying? From the beginning, you know, from the beginning, from when I told him to suck my dick to the end of this story, how would that would have worked out for me? It would have not been nice, because the reason why he cut plea with me was because he seen that I had people that were gonna go behind me. And I clearly made it to him. This was only 13 people, because not all MLDz rocked out. One didn't. One curled his tail like a bitch, and that's why I stripped his fuck ass. So 11 rocked out, 11 MLDz, 1 Latin King rocked out, and 1 Blood. 9 Trey, Billy Gang. So it's nothing about, you know, like you have to be a gang member in prison. You don't have to, but it's part of surviving in prison. And my next video is gonna be on how to survive in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you survive in prison if you're not a gang member? Like, how do you survive in there? That's a lot of people have that question. Like, how do you survive how do you make money if you're not a gang member in prison? The truth is, you can't. You get what I'm saying? That's just the truth. And also, if you are making money and you're not a gang member, you must be careful, because gang members are coming. They are coming, they are coming, and they are coming. And they will try to extort you, because that's one thing we do. That's one thing the Bloods do. That's one thing the Kings do. And that's one thing the Crips do. The Z's do it. The Sevens do it. The Cutthroats do it. Everybody fucking does it. You get what I'm saying? So if you're vulnerable, you can get got. So my thing is, man, just to stay positive on the note, I'm not a big bad wolf. I'm not Superman. I'm not a badass. I bleed just like any other human being bleeds. I just been through a lot of things that people haven't been through. FSP is one of the highest security prisons in Florida. It's the only prison where people actually get executed. I was in Q Wing, where they actually get executed. On the first floor, I was on the second floor. And we can talk about that on another video. We can talk about how execution days work. We can talk about all this stuff. And just hit my subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up if you like this. Also, remember to always follow K-Frog. K-Frog TV. He's a very good friend of mine. Real good friend of mine. And make sure you guys subscribe to his channel as well. And you know, I got more coming. It's just very hard with this YouTube thing. So I love you guys. Hit the subscribe button. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. And you already know, until next time, they kind of where's that.